Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello guys. Now I wanna present my proposal with the title is Improving Student Speaking Skill Through Storytelling Technique of 11th grade at Muhammadiyah 2 Senior High School, Bandar Lampung in the academic year of 2020 until 2021. Background of problem. English is a tool of communication to people in other countries or societies are used to express an idea, feelings, and many aspects in human lives. Speaking is part of the language skill which is important for language learner to be developed. Furthermore, according to Richards, 2008, as for language learners, we should master speaking skill in English as our priority. In learning to speak, the student never made some problems. The problems frequently found are that their native language caused them difficult to use the foreign language. The problems above are important to be investigated based on curriculum 2013. Speaking is one of important language skill for students in learning language because speaking is one of the ability to carry out a conversation in language. Identification of problem. The identification of problems as follows. The student lack of ability to speak. Students are lack of vocabulary knowledge, thus they have difficulty in composing a sentence in speaking. And then the students still have difficulties in pronunciation and lack vocabulary mastery. Their grammar competencies were also poor. And then some teachers don't know how much to correct, when to correct, and how to correct. Limitation of problem. The current research is limited on how to overcome the problems based on point A, B, and C. To help the student to improve all aspects in speaking to increase their speaking skill of the student in second grade of Muhammadiyah 2 Senior High School, Bandar Lampung in order to answer the problems that have been mentioned on the identification of the problem. Then, the formulation of problem. The formulation of problem as follows. Is there any significant improvement students speaking skill before and after being taught using storytelling? And then, what aspect of speaking improved the most by using storytelling in speaking class? The concept of speaking. Speaking are very important ability in doing daily activities because people can react to other person and situation and express our ideas, thoughts, and feeling through spoken language. There are some definition and perspective of speaking proposed by some experts. According Brown, 2004 says that speaking is a productive skill that can be directly and empirically observed. These observations are invariably colored by the accuracy and effectiveness of the test-taker listening skill, which necessarily compromise the reliability and validity of an oral production test. The concept of teaching speaking. Teaching speaking is the process to teach students how to use the language for communication, expressing ideas of share information. According to Richard, 2008, the emergence of communicative language teaching leads to the changed views of syllabus and methodology, which continue to shape approach to teaching speaking skill today. From the explanation above, teaching speaking is the act to teach learners how to produce English speech sound and sound patterns, use appropriate words according to proper social setting, and can organize their thought in a meaningful and logical sequence. The concept of storytelling. Storytelling has great value for teacher in fostering a realized and intimate atmosphere in the classroom. According to Stone, an experienced Australian teacher or storyteller described how using the technique of storytelling can bring other benefits such as introducing children to a range of story experience, providing young students with models of story patterns, drams, characters, and incidents to help them in their own writing, oral language, and thinking. Storytelling is a universal function of language and one of the main ingredients of casual conversation. Using storytelling, students can practice listening and speaking skill in a fun and interactive way. When the teacher tells stories to the students, she communicates with them, entertains them, and passes on information. Procedure of teaching speaking using storytelling. Procedure of teaching speaking using storytelling as follows. According to Scott, teaching divide the teaching material into two parts. Before the lesson material is given, the teacher gives an introduction to the topics to be discussed. Teacher should write the topic on the whiteboard and ask the student what they know pertaining to the topic. And then teacher put the student into pairs, and the next is the first part of the material is given to the first student, while the second reading, listening, students are asked to take notes and enlist some keywords or phrase in their respective parts. The number of words or phrase can be adjusted in accordance with the length of reading text. Procedure of teaching speaking using storytelling is as follows. Then the students are ordered to read or listen to their respective parts. While reading or listening, students are asked to take notes and list some keyword or phrase in their respective parts. The number of words or phrase can be adjusted in accordance with the length of reading text. And the last is, this activity can be end with a discussion on the topic of the instruction material. Discussion can be carried out between a couple, a pair, or with the whole class. And then the hypothesis. The hypothesis formulated in this research is there is a significant improvement on students' speaking skill after being taught through storytelling in grammar, pronunciation, vocabulary, fluency, and comprehension. Procedure of research: A. Determining the problem, B. Selecting and determining the population sample, C. Selecting speaking material, D. Conducting pretest, E. Giving treatment, F. Conducting post-test, G. Recording, H. Transcribing from the records, and I. Analyzing and concluding the data. Technique of collecting data. The technique of collecting data is follow pretest. The researcher administers pretest before treatment. It aims to know the student's speaking skill before the treatment. The researcher will give pretest to all students. Before conducting the pretest, the researcher gives the topic and information, and then the student choose the topic and perform it in front of the class. The test focuses in oral test, and the researcher records student performance. And then the second is post-test. The researcher administers post-test after the treatments. It will be the same as in the pre-test, but it is aimed to see the development of the student after having the treatment. The teacher asking students to make a pair and try to tell the story with their own. Then the researcher will scoring students' speaking performance and record the student performance. The time provided 1 times 40 minutes for all students. Method of research. The method of the research is this research deals with improving students' speaking skills through storytelling and communicating in English language. Since it is often considered as one difficulties to be mastered by the student. In conducting the research, the writer applied quantitative research design as the research methodology. This research mainly deals with score signs to find out whether there is improvement on the student's speaking skill or not. The observed compare the result of the test. One group pre-test, post-test design used in the research. Scientists research tend to find out the improvement in speaking ability of the student by comparing the result between pre-test and post-test. And the last is technique of analyzing data. The technique of analyzing data is follow scoring the pre-test and post-test, and the second is finding the mean of the pre-test and post-test. The mean is calculated by applying this formula where M is mean, the average score, and X is student score, and is total number of student. According Aricanto, then the mean of pre-test is compared to the mean of post-test to see the improvement. In order to find out whether the student get an improvement, the researcher used the following formula. Okay, I think my presentation about my proposal is enough. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.